Hello everyone, welcome to my video. Today this is Teresa Dunford, and today we are just going to create some cards. These are going to be very simple cards that you can create in a really short amount of time, and I'm not sure how many I'm going to do. It just depends on how long the video gets, so at least 3, maybe 4 or 5. So let's just start. My first card is going to be very, very simple. So we're going to take a card base, make sure it's facing the right direction. I have a piece of scrap paper here, and it's not quite long enough, but it will work. And so I'm just going to tear off the edge about, that's probably about 1.25 inches or so. Okay, so just tear it off. Then let's tape that down to our card base. This is the easy part. But cards don't have to be complicated. They can be easy. Now for the next part, we are going to take some die cuts. If I can find the ones right here. So I will link everything in the description below, because if I try to tell you what all of these sets are and everything, it's going to take up too much time. So I will link it all, and you can go to there and find out what I'm using. I will tell you this is a set from Altenew. It comes with the stamps and the die cuts. So we're going to use the die cuts, and we need some scrap paper. This is cardstock. I'm going to tape my leaf to this cardstock, and this second leaf, do the same thing. And then I'm going to run those through my die cut machine. I'm using my Gemini Junior, and I'm placing these upside down on my, whoops, that came undone, on my metal, or on my magnetic plate here. I don't want it to cut in anymore. As you can see, I have cut into there, but I'm trying not to do that anymore. And then I'm not layering this correctly, but I need both plates for it to go through and cut. So we'll hurry and put those through the Gemini machine. Okay. And we have our 2 cut out leaves now. So what we're going to do with our leaves is give them some dimension. I have 3 other videos on dimension for leaves, flowers, and other embellishments. So if you want to go look at those, I will link those in the description below too. So to give this some dimension, what I want to do is just take my fingernails and pinch it in the middle, just kind of fold it and pinch it, and then kind of pinch the branch leaf, I don't know what you call it, edges, and give it some veins. So I'm just kind of creating veins. So now we have this dimensional leaf. We're going to do that with the little one. Same thing, just kind of fold it, pinch it with your fingernail. There's not really a lot of spaces or whatever, but just kind of put your veins where you want them, and then we will glue those to our card. Now, I'm not going to get glue everywhere, just kind of down the center, and I'm going to show you a trick here in just a second that will adhere your embellishments, and you won't have to worry about them coming off. So let's flip this over, and you flip it over and you rub the back really, really well. and that adheres the glue to your paper, and it's not likely it's going to fall off. In fact, you probably have to use undo or something if you want to take it off. So there we have our dimensional leaves, and now we just need a sentiment. Now, I make a lot of happy birthday cards and thank yous mostly. So I got out my happy birthday set today that I'm going to use for all of these, just because it's easier. So let's take, how about this one right here? This one will look nice. And I need my stamp platform for this. I should have brought it over here first, but okay, so my stamp platform. You don't have to have a stamp platform. You can use your blocks. I just like to use this so that if I want to make it more solid or dark or something, I can do that. And I see there's some ink on here that I don't want smearing on my card, so I'm just going to wipe that off real quick. Okay. And I always line it up in the corner just so that if it comes off somehow or something, I can put it back in the corner. And hopefully it's in the right place. So let's see. I have this. I need to flip it over to the clear side. And I'm going to ink it up with this Hero Arts Intense Black ink. I'll move this over here so you can see what I'm doing. Just inking up my stamps. And as you can see, I got ink on there. It's supposed to not come off on my card, but I don't want to take the chance, so I'm just wiping it off. Okay. And I need to move that out of the way because I want it just a little bit darker, so I'm going to ink it up one more time. There. All right, that's better. Okay. I like to clean my stamps off as soon as I use them. So I'm just going to set them up here out of the way for now, and then I can put them away when we're done. That'll save a little bit of time. But here, our first card is done. See how quick that was? And it looks really nice. Now, if you wanted to take more time, you could have gone in with a sponge and inked around the edges. You could ink around the edge of the whole card. You could draw some stitch lines down there if you want to. So there's all kinds of things you can add to this and make it even nicer. But that's our first card for today. Now, our second card, we need another card base. And we're going to stick it in our stamp platform again. And I'm going to use this set. This is from Stampin' Up. I'm going to take, this is a 2-part stamp. So I'm going to take the solid part first and put it right in the corner here. Okay, and let's use a lavender color. This is Lavender Fields from Altenew. So I'm just inking that up. And stamping. Okay. Now, I'll clean that off real quick, and then I'm just going to set it up here out of the way and take the second part, which is the outline, and line it up. I need to put my glasses on so I can see what I'm doing. Okay, that looks pretty good. then I'm going to take, I'm making sure that the right side's up, because sometimes I get it turned the wrong way. So I'm going to take a darker color. This is Sapphire from Altenew. And stamp that. Okay. Okay, and I'll wipe that off really quick. Put it over here out of the way. Okay, now the second part of this is, got to move this out of the way, and I'm going to just take a marker. This is a pigment graphic marker, and I'm just going to draw some lines, and I'm going to use my wrist to help me keep my lines kind of straight. I don't want them exactly straight, but you know, just kind of in place. So draw 3 lines there. I'm going to draw 3 lines over here. And you can get as fancy with it as you want, or as little. So I could put some dots in, just like that. And then we are going to stamp our sentiment again. So this time, put it back in the platform, and I'm going to use a smaller happy birthday. How about this one? Okay, let's put that right there, and that right there. Move it over a tiny bit. And I'm going to stamp it with the black ink again. Okay, and there is our next card, all done. Isn't that cute? And how quick was that? I love when I can do quick cards, especially if I need something and I haven't had time for a while to make anything. So let's clean that off and move them out of the way. Then I put all this away later. Now I have a tip for you, especially like a big stamp set like this. If it has all these tiny little pieces that could get lost, before you put it away in your drawer or box or whatever you store it in, just go through on the back side and press down and make sure that every single stamp's in there, so that if one fell out, you can find it right away and not have it lost, instead of the next time you pull it out, that stamp's gone and you have no idea where it went. Now this third one's going to be a little more complicated. It's still pretty simple, but it takes a little more time. So we're going to take the leaf set from this Heartfelt Creations, or a leaf, I guess, not leaf set. And I need to flip this over to the rubber side. Okay, and then I can press that down. All right, it's not sticking. Okay. There we go. It just needed some encouragement. Okay, now I'm going to ink this up with a silver stone. Okay, so I want one right here. With my stamps in the way, you're not really seeing what I'm doing here, but then I'm going to put one up here. Excuse me. And do it with the Silverstone ink as well. Okay, that part's done, so we're going to set that aside for a minute. And we need 2 flowers. So I'm going to take this set, this is from Altenew as well, and some scrap paper. Put the scrap paper in my platform. And this flower actually has 5 layers to it, but I'm not going to use all 5 layers. We're going to use probably just two layers and the center piece, I think. So I'm going to take this first layer and just stick it there. And I'm going to use, I think I'll use the same colors I used on the other flowers. So let's start with the lavender. And then we need to stamp this one twice. So I need to move it over. And then stamp it or ink it up again. Okay, we're done with that one. So let's clean it off real quick. And then I'm going to get, so that was the second layer on this flower, really. I'll put it over here where you can see what I'm doing. Then I'm going to take this 4th layer. Now, it would probably look nicer if I did all the layers, but I don't have that much time. So we'll just do these 2 layers. Okay, so I'm lining that up, and I'm going to use the darker color again, the sapphire. Alright, and we'll line it up on this one. I think I want to do one more because it's got this great big center part, and so I think I wanted to cover that. Whoops, that one didn't work too well. Oh well, oh, I see, because it was on this sheet. Okay, got that in the way. Okay, let's use this piece. And I think when we stamp this piece, it will be okay. So we're going to cut it out too, so it won't be as noticeable. I mean, it'll still show up, but it will turn out all right. If you have the time, you could make another one, but I don't want to take the extra time. So I'm going to take the lavender, the light color again, and stamp it. And we might stamp it twice. We'll see here. Oh, that looks good. Okay. So move it over. And take the lavender again. Alright. Okay, it's not quite what I had in mind, but I think we can make it work. So, and then I wanted to do the center piece. So put this little piece in the center. And I was just going to use some yellow. This is Warm Sunshine. One more time. And we're about ready for the next step. I'd already stamped it because that still had ink on there. All right. Okay, that's all we're going to do with this flower. You could do more if you want to. That is totally up to you. Oh, now we need to cut these out, and I'm going to use my die cut machine again. And I'm going to have to cut one at a time because I only have one die cut here. So line the die cut up to the flower. And tape that on so it stays where I want it. Okay. And I'm just doing it the same way I did the leaves. And while that's cutting, I'm going to grab some pop dots. They're just right here in my drawer. Okay, so there's one, and we'll hurry and cut out the other one. And once you cut it out, it'll look nice. You won't see the mistake you made. But like I said, if you want to, you can go ahead and redo it and make another one. It's all up to you. It's your card. And the imperfectness makes it more unique. Gives it more of that homemade feel. So there we have our second flower. Okay, I'm going to stick that back in there so I don't lose it. All right, now all we have to do, if you wanted to, you could go around and ink your edges. I'm not going to take the time, but you could do that. And I have some pop dots here. I want to take two different sizes. So I'm going to take this size and put on one. And then I want it to be a little more raised. And I happen to have one right here that's almost double that size. So then we just stick them on above the leaves. Okay. Like that. There. Now, I'm not going to take the time in this video because I want to get to a couple more cards, but I would also add a sentiment right here. So that's that one. See how simple that is and how nice it turns out? Okay. Now let's do, we need another card base. And we need our stamp platform. And we're going to use a background stamp this time. These are from Close to My Heart. Let's take this kind of splatter type stamp, I think. And when I rub it on my hand like this, I'm cleaning off the dust or whatever, if it's kind of sticky or something. Okay, so I'm going to set that in about the center, kind of off center a little bit. And I want to use a light brown. So this is Rocky Shore. Okay, so ink that up and stamp it. Perfect. Just what I wanted. Okay, I'll kind of set that inside there, so put it away later. And then I'm going to take this Pussy Willow stamp on this. I'm not sure who this set is by. It's one I've had for a very long time, and it doesn't have a name on it, so I don't even know where it came from. And that's kind of got a lot of dust on it. Now I'm going to place that right there, and I'm going to stamp it in solid black. And I probably will have to stamp it a couple of times because I want it to be really solid. Oh, wipe those off again. Okay, yep, I want it more dark than that, so we're gonna have to do it again. That's what's nice about this platform, is you can do it again. If you have a stamp block, you can use different tools that help you do the same thing. But it's always kind of scary because you don't know if you're going to get it in the exact same spot. So now it's very solid, just like I want it. And we are just going to add our sentiment to this one. So I want this big happy birthday here. Okay. Okay. So today I am doing a giveaway. The first 4 or 5 people that comment on my video will get a set of these cards that I made today. So make sure you like, subscribe, comment, share, all that fun stuff, and you will get a set of these cards sent to you. So I'm stamping it one more time because I want it really solid. All right, nice. And there's that one. I don't know if you can see the brown really well, but it came out really nice. All right, I'm going to go clean all this stuff up, and I hope you enjoyed watching this video. These are the 4 cards we made in under half an hour. So you can sit down and play with your stamps and make some really nice cards to give to your friends and family. All right, remember the giveaway and to comment, and I will see you later. Thanks for watching. Bye.